Hi, it's Dom. That's me. Welcome to your hour of a Barre Pilates mix. The reason I like to mix it up is because there's some gorgeous work we can do on our mat for our abs. Um, Meanwhile, we also get the benefits of doing some standing work for our body, which is awesome. There are props included for today. You don't have to use them. You could definitely do all of these shapes and movements without balls, but it's kind of fun to throw them in if you have them. So I have here just a blown up squishy ball. This is from Yoga Tune Up. It's called a Gorgeous ball, but you could totally use Stott. You could use a dollar store blow up ball, anything, but not blown up all the way. Let make sure it has a little bit of give to it. I have a Theraband here. This one is from Stott, but again, you can grab them from sort of all over. It's nice and long. The length isn't going to be a super big deal. You could also use bands that are hooped up. We're going to be using it for some upper body work. And then I have as well a towel for some super fun slidey work we're going to do with the floor. If you don't have a slidey surface, truly don't worry about it. You'll still be able to do what we're doing, just like a non-slidey version of it. Let's take a second to come into our bodies. If you're on your mat or wherever it is that you're working, can you find yourself in that space? And you're just going to take a nice big breath in through the nose. Just let your body stand here. Exhale it out through your mouth. Yeah, and inhaling in through your nose. And exhaling it out. Feeling your feet planted on the floor. Let's nod our nose. Let's nod our chins. Let's start to scoop and hollow through the belly, rounding through our spines as we melt ourselves forward in space. Take an inhale at the bottom here, and then as we breathe out, let's push the floor away. Start to roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Standing up a little bit taller than where you started. Maybe give those shoulders a little roll. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let's do that again. Let's nod the nose. And can you think about sort of how like you would roll a cinnamon bun, how you would roll it in on itself? Can you think like you're doing that with your spine? So you're continually getting tighter and tighter, tighter in your curl as you're rolling down. And then as you unravel, we're lengthening ourselves up so that when we stand, our vertebrae has a little more length. One more time like this. Inhaling to nod your nose, nod your chin, scooping through your belly, rounding yourself down towards the floor. And then take a pause together, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through your mouth. Maybe your hands find the floor with a generous bend in your knees. You can start to walk those legs out, bending one knee and stretching the other. If your head doesn't like being below your heart, you can always come up higher. Yeah, you don't have to stay fully bent down. Just coming into your breath, starting to have a little bit of movement. I don't want to hold any stretches too long here, but I do want to start to get the juices flowing. Can you maybe bend out through that right knee? Plant your right hand down, stretching through that left, and then open your left side body out. Taking a breath in here, taking a breath out. Gently bring that hand back down, starting to straighten, but not really straighten. If you notice, I still have quite a generous bend in my knees. And then bending the left side a little bit more, stretching through the right leg a little bit, and take your twist to the opposite side. Breathing in and breathing it out. Bringing that hand down, giving your feet one more little opportunity to pedal out. Give your head a little shake yes, a little shake no. Bending through your knees, push your feet through the floor, roll your spine all the way up. Take those arms up overhead. Nice big stretch. And as you breathe out, let's let that right hand come down. Let the left hand take a stretch over. So before we get moving, like I said, super important to make sure we're creating a bit of space here. Bring yourself all the way up. And then let's take that to the other side. Instead of coming up through center, can you roll this shape down and forward? So you're kind of just like hanging here. And then really scoop through the belly. Start to bring yourself all the way up. Give those shoulders a little shrug. Nice job. If you have hand weights, I don't have them with me on hand, but if you had hand weights and wanted to do them, you'd use them, you totally could. Let's walk our feet so our feet are wider than our hips. Not turned out into like super about to audition for the National Ballet turned out, just a little bit turned out. We're going to bend our knees, get nice and low, and I just want you to find a bit of housekeeping here. So as we're down, just making sure that the knees can line up right over the heels, the ankles, that those thighs or knees are reaching right out over our toes, and that it's like bar time. You're just going to take your hands to your hips to start. We're going to warm up through those legs. You're going to stand up nice and tall, zip up through the thighs, hug the heels in. Bend your knees, keep hugging your heels in as you do so. We're going to stand tall and down. Stand tall and down. I love Barre because we get to start to play with things that when we're doing like down on the mat Pilates, we can't always do. I like it because we get to sort of freestyle, yeah? You get to sort of pick and feel what feels good in your body. And also it can be really easy to just sort of like be down in the ground. I know for me, a lot of my practices are very earthy based. So to be standing can access our heart rate in a different way. It can access our muscles in a different way. It's like pretty fun stuff. Down and up. Finding breath as you move here. Now, I really like to use the Pilates breath. I just love what it does for our bodies. So in that case, you're going to inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Because I want us to emphasize the zipping of the thighs right now. Down and up. And I'm hoping, and you can hear it in my breath and my voice too, that as we're moving here, it's starting to get a little warmer. Down and up. Let's go for 5. Let's go for 4. For 3. For 2. Last one low. Hold it here. Hold it here. Maybe give yourself a little side to side shuffle, which hopefully will feel pretty fabulous on your quads as well. And then get nice and low. Now I said it, but I'm going to say it again while we're here. Can you keep hugging your heels in? The thighs are turned out and our torsos are tall. You're going to take those hands, inhale, reach them up. Push them away as you come down. Again, inhale, reach them up. Push them down and away. Inhale up. Exhale down. Legs are still holding strong. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bringing your hands to your hips, maybe towards your chest. We're going to pulse our hips down and down and down and down. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zip up nice and tall. Give your legs a little shake. All right, we're going to walk those feet back in now. So instead of being nice and wide, they're more parallel hip distance. I'm going to turn sideways to you. Parallel hip distance so that your toes are pointing forward. There's a little bit of a space there. And we're going to press down through our toes and our heels. Hands again come to your hips just to start. And I want you to sit your bum back. I'm just moving my hands out the way. So really tempting here to collapse through our ribs. Can we draw our ribs in? Stay lengthened through our tail. It's challenging to maybe keep those toes down, but I really want you to press into your toes as you do this. You're going to get into your glutes a lot easier than if you were just pressing through your heels. We're going to squeeze our bum and stretch ourselves up, sit ourselves back, squeeze and stretch up. So just starting with those legs, because I would love for us to, again, troubleshoot any little things that can kind of happen here. So the first one being that chest dumping forward. We want to keep that really drawn in. Second little bit of business here is that as our weight goes back, it can do that exciting thing where our toes peel off. Press down toes. Think toes to heels to backs of the legs to bum. And that's what we want to get firing here. Up. Again, those toes pressing all the way up into our glutes. Hands now, if you don't want to keep them at your hips, you can bring them up to your chest. You can add like a little arm squeeze. Bring it in. Tricep squeeze. Bring it in. If you had weights here, you'd be super welcome to use them. Push and squeeze. Bring it in. Push and squeeze. We've got 10. We're going for 9. We're going for 8. Getting it moving. 7. Warming the body up. 6. For 5. For 4. 3. 2. Last one, sit low and hold it. Check back in with all your housekeeping. Toes are pressing down. Knees are reaching forward. Bum is reaching back, but everything is hugging in. Can you take the arms, reach the arms up and forward, and then squeeze and take them back. Reach them up and forward, squeeze and take them back. Up and forward, squeeze and take them back. We're working a bit of mobility through our shoulder girdle here. And as we do that, building some heat and fire in our legs. Reach it forward, squeeze and take it back. Reach it forward, squeeze and take it back. For 5, just turning on the muscles with my own mind-body connection here. Keep zipping into that low belly. For 3, squeeze it back. For 2, can you sit your bum a little bit lower? One more time. Hold the arms back, squeeze them. We're going to pulse our hips down for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6. Push through the toes, 5, but take the bum back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push through, bring it all the way up. Give it a little wiggle. Nice job. Last little bit of business here to warm up. Can you take your parallel hip distance? And you're going to take your arms back up to your hips. And I'm going to stay sideways so you can see what's happening here, but we're going to take our heels and we're going to lift our heels up to hover and then place them down. Up to hover and then place them down. So this is where having a wall is maybe going to be really helpful, or a kitchen counter, or the back of a chair. All of that stuff works really, really super well here. A bar can be relative, right? It can be whatever we need it to be. Lift, tap down, lift, tap it down. And as I'm lowering my heels, I'm imagining like there's little china plates underneath, and I wouldn't want to smash them. I would want to be really delicate with them. So instead of just collapsing down, can you draw up more with your bum cheeks, hamstrings, quads, so that you're not just crashing? It's called an eccentric control of our musculature, and it's important to be able to work that as well as a really fast contraction. Down and lift. I'm hoping you're feeling through your ankles, through your calves, quads, glutes, belly's nice and stable. Let's go for 4 and lift. For 3, lift. You got it. 2. Last one, lift up. Can you lower just to halfway? Hold your halfway here. Take a breath in. Hold your halfway, breathe out. You're just holding it. Can you zip up and squeeze into your calves, into your quads, into your glutes, into your belly, and just squeeze those muscles and hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, take a little break. Give your legs a little shake. Nice job. We're going to warm up into our abs. We're going to come down onto the floor. And I would love if you have a ball available to you that you grab it. Ball's going to go in between our thighs as we lie ourselves down. Can you find a nice neutral pelvis here? So our neutral is where our hip bones and our pubic bone are level. So our low back is not into the floor. It's not massively away from the floor. It's just nice and centered. Take a second, come into your breath. Inhale through your nose here, please. Exhale it out. Now, really important to me that we keep our necks and our backs safe. So I'm going to be really specific about how I want us to connect into things. To start neutral, hip bones, pubic bone level, we're going to inhale through our nose into the backs and sides of our ribs. And we're going to exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose into the backs and sides of the ribs. And exhale it out. Keep going with that breath, please. Now, as you inhale, our ribs expand sideways, backwards, upwards. And as we exhale, it draws in and down. So as you inhale, can you enhance the feeling up and back behind you, not up into the front of your chest? And as you exhale, can you really let those ribs draw down, but keep pressing them back behind you into the mat? Keep that going. As you inhale, we're thinking about our pelvic floor now, pubic bone to coccyx, like a netting of tissue. And as you exhale, that's drawing up towards your belly button. Inhale to allow that pelvic floor to not fully release, like it gets 80% there, but it's drawing down towards your pubic bone. And as you exhale, like a pancake, we're trying to draw it up a pancake elevator towards your belly button. One other final version that I like to think of is maybe like a jellyfish drawing up, or like a blueberry up a straw, or like a milkshake up a straw. Those are all the things. But as you're doing this, as you're working this breath, can you make sure you're not squeezing through your belly or pushing up through your belly button? If you're seeing like a bit of a dome at the top of your belly, that's not a good sign. We want to keep opening it wide. All right, maybe you have a ball between your thighs. Hands are going to come behind your head. So our ultimate goal here is going to be to keep hip bones, pubic bone level. As you inhale, you're looking up at the ceiling, elbows lift, but head is really supported in those hands. And as you breathe out, nod your chin, work from the rib cage, slide yourself up so you can look at that ball. Inhale to lengthen yourself back, but keep the ribs drawing down. Don't take a break. As you exhale, slide the rib cage down the waist as you curl up to look at the ball. Inhale to lengthen it back. As you exhale, low belly. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, pelvic floor draws up, ribs draw down wide across the belly button. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to curl. Inhale back. Now, as you're doing this, taking it nice and slow to start, because I want you to notice if your pelvis moves. I want you to notice if suddenly your low back is pressing into the floor, if suddenly you're squeezing the ball really, really tight, all of these things. And I would love for us to work on, as you're curling up and down, sending more attention into those low abs. And you can do that by poking them even if you'd like. You can bring your fingertips down. And what I'm hoping you feel is some tension underneath your fingertips. But the work of not allowing our pelvis to tilt, of keeping our hip bones opening wide, and of not popping all the way up and through, that's your transverse. That's the biggest of our abdomen muscles, and that's what's keeping our spine safe. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. Every time you move here, keeping your head nice and heavy in your hands. One more time. Curl up and then hold it. Hold it here, breathe in. Hold it here, breathe out. Keep drawing the ribs in. Keep checking in hip bones, pubic bone. We're going to stay here, breathe in. Now, without tilting your pelvis, can you exhale and squeeze into your inner thigh ball? If you don't have an inner thigh ball, you're just going to squeeze your legs towards each other. Inhale to lengthen the legs away. And then exhale, it's coming from your belly button. Close the doors to squeeze the ball. Inhale to release a little. And then exhale, close the doors across your belly to squeeze the ball. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. As you exhale, we're thinking about right from the belly button is what gives you the effort to squeeze your inner thigh ball. One more time. Exhale, squeeze and hold. Can you hold that ball zipping into your belly? Little ab pulses up for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4. You got it. For 3, for 2. Last one. Hold it here. 10 squeezes on your ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Nice job. Take that ball away. Maybe bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Last little bit here. So take the ball and place it underneath your hips for me, please, so that your hips can come up in space. You're going to take your arms. Maybe your elbows find the floor. Maybe they reach up and give them a nice squeeze. And then find that exhale again. So as best as you can right now, we're trying to just let our pelvis sit in that as close to neutral as you can. And then legs are going to lift up, maybe one at a time, maybe together. And now there's a sweet spot where that ball is going to be perfectly centered. And we want to avoid wobbling and rolling around. So we're going to keep ourselves really, really nice and still here. Maybe the arms are up, maybe they're not. Take your breath in through your nose. Take your breath out through your mouth. Drawing down into the ribs, into the belly. We're going to start by extending out through your right leg. So as you exhale, reach your right leg out. Now, don't think about it going all the way to the floor. Can you keep it up a little bit just to start for me, please? Inhale to pull the right leg in. As we exhale, left leg reaches the way. Now, you could absolutely do this without a ball underneath your pelvis. What the ball is doing is it's showing us any wobbles, and it's challenging that stability again. So it's sort of like the feedback of a plank, but you happen to be on your back. Now notice any little wibbles and wobbles that are happening here. And instead of squeezing through your head, neck, shoulders, can you find the connection into that deeper low belly across the hip bones? Inhale to pull that leg in. As you exhale, reach it out. Inhale to pull the leg in. Exhale to reach. If this is going well, as you extend your leg, can you reach the opposite arm back? Inhale to pull it in. Exhale back. And what I would love for you to notice is that as your leg and arm go long, it's tempting to lift and pop up off the floor. I would still love for you to keep the integrity of the backs of the ribs. And can you feel like you are going to do an ab curl, but you don't actually do the ab curl? But that's how much sliding there is rib to hip here. The reason I like to do ab work near the beginning and at the end is because we're going to be standing. And so it's important to know that our abdomen, our whole series of ab muscles is what keeps us up, right? They're keeping us standing. So we want to make sure that they're being fired properly. One more to each side until you are even. And then once you're even, you're going to pull those arms and legs back to center your belly here for sure, which is kind of nice because the ball is there for you. Keep the legs straight. You're going to inhale, start to reach them down and away, not too far though. And then exhale, lift them back up. Reach them down and away, not too far though. Scoop the belly, lift them up. You're going for one more time. Reach them down and away. Lift them up. Nice job. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor, lift those hips up, slide your ball out, knees into chest if you need, a little rock side to side, and then we're going to come all the way up to standing. Alrighty. Okay, up to standing we go. So having a wall here might be really, really nice for you. We're going to bend through those knees. We're taking that same position we had at the very beginning, right? So knees are pointing forward over your toes. We're standing into our right foot, nice and heavy. Your left leg, you're going to kick your left heel back. So it's like you're going to hip tap your bum. Now you could be sideways to the wall like I am. You could also be facing the wall. That might be nice too. Yeah, I'm going to go sideways so that we can work together. And you'll actually see me totally tremble here. So right foot is planted down on the floor. Left heel is squeezing up to your elbow, not letting them sink. This is where that ab work becomes really important, yeah? Because that we know that that's keeping our hips level. Take your left leg, you're going to reach it back. Pull it in, take it back. Pull it in, take it back. Yes. So we're channeling that smiley part of our bum cheek as we work here. But what I'm hoping you start to feel sooner rather than later is that it's actually the standing bum that's getting a lot of bang for your buck here. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. I'm keeping my hand just out of the way. Last one, you're going to take the leg out to this side. 10. Pull it in. For 9. Pull it in. You've got it. 8. Trying to keep my hips. 7. As still as I can. 6. 5. Standing bum getting nice and fiery. 4. You can do it. For 3. She says as she's panting. For 2, but I'm right here with you. Last one, can you hold it up? Little pulses up. 10, 9, standing bum on fire. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Nice. Whew, bit of a warm up for that tush. Let's take the second side. So bending down through your knees, planting your left foot, into the floor. Whew, drawing your right heel into your bum. Little bit of housekeeping. Hips are staying level. Remember, you could be facing the wall. We're going to take that back leg and reach it back and up. Inhale in, reach it back. So super important, all those little bits of housekeeping that we were working together to keep the torso stable, to keep stable on that standing leg are all there for a purpose. I do really believe in moving freely and mobility in the body for sure. But sometimes for this more like really specific work, it's really important to make sure we have a good foundation. Lift. Standing side bum, catching a bit of fire here. Let's go for 3. Hips aren't moving. 2. It's all happening from the bum. Last one behind. Let's bring it out to this side for 10. For 9. For 8. For 7. For 6, you got it here. For 5, for 4, for 3, you can do it. For 2, hold it up to the side, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you got it. 5, you got it. 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it up. A little bit of a warm up for those side bums. Nice job. Let's flip back to our first side here. And let's grab that ball right in between your thighs, please. Standing up nice and tall to start. Zipping into the belly. So my right hand is on my wall or the bar or your chair, whatever's working for you. And you're up nice and tall through your spine. Keep an essence of that glute work. We're going to push through our toes to lift our heels up. Lower them down just a tap and then lift up. Now your hand could be on your hip. The hand could be up on your shoulder. Hand could also be out to the side. I'm going to hold my arm out to the side. And if you had a very, very light hand weight, you could totally have that here. Up and down. Up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Can you keep your heels at that halfway mark again? And then you're going to bend your knees and slide like you're on a chair. Now this time we're not tipped. You're actually trying to stay quite upright. Push through your toes, stretch your legs, squeeze into that ball, and then slide your way back down about halfway. That ball's still between my thighs. Slide yourself up, squeeze the ball, and then lower it down. Push through your feet, squeeze it up, lower it down. Push through your feet, squeeze it up, lower down. We're going for 2. Bend and bend. One more time. Down and down. Stretch those legs so then nice and slowly let's lower it down and freeze. You're going to hold your legs there. That arm is out. Now we're going to warm up through that shoulder. You're going to take your whole arm and rotate it in and then rotate it back. Rotate it in, rotate it back. And as you're rotating through that arm, you're holding your heels halfway. You're squeezing into that inner thigh ball and we're nice and tall through our spine. This is where your abs are still totally playing a role here because we're not here with our body, right? We're really, really nice and stacked. Just make sure you're not tucking your bum underneath you. It's really nice and neutral. Whole shoulder out, whole shoulder in, whole shoulder out, whole shoulder in. For 8, 7, stay low in those legs. For 6, for 5, for 4, 3, for 2, last one, hold the arm up. We're going to squeeze our ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Nice job. Give yourself a little shaky shake. Rotating around to our second side. You don't need the ball for your second side. And bringing ourselves up. Now this time you're going to find a little turned out shape. So the best way to find your turnout, if you reach your leg forward, right from your hip, rotate it, put it down, reach your leg forward, rotate it, put it down. That's your true first position. Yeah, not like super turned out. We also want to keep our heels together. So if you're hyperextended, you might feel like you need to bend your knees a little bit, but keep drawing up through your thighs. Left hand is at the wall / bar / kitchen counter, whatever you're using. Hand can be on your hip, on your chest. It could be out beside you. We're going to do that same heel hover. Your heels will separate at the top, and then they gently lower it down. They're going to lift up and lower it down. So it's funny, I come from a dance background. I danced with the National Ballet when I was really little, and then I trained at Oakville Ballet School, and then I trained at Toronto Dance Theatre. So it's been quite extensive through my life. And there's this rule in ballet where when you're switching sides, you always turn towards the bar for your partner. And I never got out of that habit. Even now, it would make perfect sense to turn and face you here. But I just turn towards the bar. It's ingrained in you from a really young age. Funny the little things that we keep, eh? Up and down. We're going for 4. Zipping up through those thighs. Belly still stable for 2. Lift your heels up and then lower them just halfway. Walk your feet together until your heels touch. Arm is out to the side. Keep squeezing your heels together. Bend your knees lower down, freeze. So again, we want to make sure those thighs are rotating out over the toes, not like rotated in front, and not doing weird things behind us. We're squeezing into those heels and we're stacking ears and shoulders over hips. Keep gluing the heels together. Slide yourself up. Glue the heels together. Slide yourself down. Squeeze and slide up. Squeeze and slide down. Up in space. Down in space. Up in space. Down in space. Moving up through those legs. Now, maybe your arm is out to the side. Maybe it's on your hip. Maybe it's at your chest. Maybe you have two hands holding on to the surface that you're using. That's completely fine as well. We're going for 3. Nice and slow. Exclusively muscles here. No momentum. 2. Keeping that belly drawn in. Top of the shoulder nice and calm. Last time, slide down, hold. So we're wide across the collarbones, ribs are drawn in. We're gonna revisit that shoulder. Rotate it in and back, in and back. Rotate, 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 rotate. It's funny looking at it from the side, like a little seal heart. Now, as your shoulder is rotating in and out, keep checking in with those legs. Squeeze your heels together, open up through those thighs, stay low in the body. We're going for 5. We're going for 4. We're going for 3. For 2, you're still squeezing your heels. Last one, hold the arm up, get lower in the legs, squeeze your heels, pulse your thighs back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way up. Nice job. Give yourself a little shake. We're going to do that whole circuit all over again. So second side, let's grab some water actually. Definitely need a little bit of water. Okay. So my right hand is at the bar, or you're this way, or whatever your first side was. Bending parallel into those legs, drawing your ribs in. Getting really rooted down through those right toes all the way up to the right bum. And then your left heel is squeezing to your left bum cheek. Keep the belly on and in. We're going to take that leg back for 10. Squeeze it in, pull it back. 9. It comes in. We take it back. 8. We're charging up through that smiley part of our bum cheek for 6. Even though the standing bum, 5, is what I'm hoping you're really, really feeling. 4. 3, 2, last one, take it out and open to the side. 10, keep going. If I were to face you, 9, I'm keeping my leg nice and parallel. Yeah, I'm not opening it. I'm keeping it straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, I'm shaking, 2, last one, hold the thigh up, little pulses. 10, 9, standing bum. Push through the toes and through the heel. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Give it a little booty shake. And then other side. Trying to keep the heart rate up, right? Like trying to go for the endurance here. So bending through both of your knees, pressing your toes and heels into the floor, finding that squat where we're still connected to our bellies, but we're opening through that tail. This is that neutral pelvis, long spine, ribs in, yeah? It all connects. Left hand at your bar or both hands wherever you are. Get really nice and grounded in that left foot. And then right heel to right bum cheek. Take your breath in. And as you breathe out, take it back for 10. Pull it in, take it back. 9. Now tempting for that left hip or that right hip, to drop. Can you keep your hip bones really nice and level here? And to do that, it requires some ab work. 2. Last one, out to the side. 10, 9, charging up through that standing bum cheek. 8, 7, 6, 5, let's get it. 4, don't give up. 3, it's supposed to be spicy. 2, that's the point. Hold it, little pulses up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, nice job. Give your bum a little shake. Grab your ball if you're using a ball. And we'll go back to that first side. Squeezing the ball between your hands, or between your legs, sorry. So it's like right up, just above my knee. It's not in my highest, like as high up as it can go. It's more right in that smiley, dimply part at the upper part of your knee. Standing up nice and straight, arm out to the side. Draw into the low belly, into the glutes. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to lift. Once we've completed our second side here, we're going to move into some upper body work with the bands. So know that that is coming. Reach. Lift it up. Using glutes and hamstrings here. So because we know we only have this side and the second side with our legs, let's make the most of it. Let's like really, really enjoy and dig in. For 4. For 3. I'm sweating. For 2. Last 1. Can you lower halfway with those heels? Keep squeezing your bum. Bend your knees and slide down as if you're leaning on a wall behind you, and then slide it back up. Bend it down. Slide it up. Keep going. Tempting here to tuck your bum underneath you. Also tempting to pitch forward. Can we keep drawing those ribs in as we're moving? Slide it down. Slide it up. We're going for 3. Squeeze and lift. We're going for 2. Squeeze and lift. One more time. Hold it here. Stay nice and low. We're going to work that arm. Rotate it in, rotate it out. Rotate it in, rotate it out. This feels kind of like a sassy, like showgirl shoulder here, which I really like. And it would be so easy to turn it into this whole full body delicious movement, which, don't get me wrong, feels so good. But again, I'd like for us to work with the solid foundation and then let that rotator do its job. Can you be bigger with this movement? Now, the way my fabric is moving on my shirt, it looks like I'm adding in a whole ribby thing. I'm not. Stay low in those legs for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last 1, palm is up. Hold it here. Little pulses down with your hips. 10, 9, I'm throwing them in. 8, you got it. 7, 6, work the quads. 5, you can do it. For 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Squeeze your ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Take that ball out. Pop it away. Let's go right into that second side. So we have that little turnout here, right? Heels are together. We're standing up tall, drawing the ribs in. Maybe your arm is out to the side, maybe your 2 hands. Let's right out of the gate, lift those heels up. Lower down to tap, lift it up. Lower and tap and lift. Really nice job here. So remember, we talked about China plates being underneath your heels. We want to remember that so we're not clunking down into them. We're eccentrically controlling our muscles, elongating our muscles as we're working them, which is amazing. That's what we want, right? That's like dancer lines. Whew. And that's what Barre is for. Arm is maybe out to the side. Now notice if your shoulders are starting to snuggle up to your earlobes. Can we keep the collarbones wide? Let's not push our shoulders down our back, but rather think about expanding sideways. Belly is nice and stable here. We're going for 4. We're going for 3. For 2. Last 1. Can you lower halfway down with those heels? Walk your heels together until they touch and then sandwich them together. Squeeze them, bend your knees lower down, take a pause. So again, little bits of housekeeping. We're squeezing, 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 and you are in control of how hard you're working, right? So can you work hard? Like get those muscles shaking. Arm out to the side, squeeze your heels, start to stretch your legs up. Bend your knees and slide it down. Push through the floor, dig your heels, stretch them up. Slide them down. You got it. Zip, 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 zip. And then open wide as your heels hug in. Squeezing it up. Belly nice and stable. You got it here, team. We're going for 3. Push the floor away as you grow tall. We're going for 2. Squeeze it in. One more time. Hold it. Freeze. Dig into those heels. Find the outsides of your thighs. We're working our feet. We're working our legs. Abs are on. Work through that shoulder. It rotates in and back. In and back. We spiral, we spiral. And as we do this, we're really trying to feel what's happening through our shoulders. If you want a little distraction, although it's really not much of a distraction at this point, is it? Dig those heels in, open the thighs wide, get nice and low. If you're holding on to something, can you make sure you don't have a death grip? That it's a light, delicate finger that's just there to remind you of your balance, not to completely hold you up. We're going for 4, shoulder, for 3, shoulder, for 2. Last one, you're gonna hold that arm up. 10 victory pulses down, 10. Squeeze your heels, 9, open your thighs, 8, 7. Is it fiery? 6, I hope so. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low, pulse it wide, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You can do it. 5, tall thoughts, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, nice job. Give yourself a shake. Grab some water, my legs are shaking. Okay. If you have a band, now is your time to get it. You could also use hand weights. You could also totally just use your body weight for this. Pardon me, if you'd like to. We're just going to move into a little bit of work for the backs of the shoulders and into the arms, and then come back down and finish with some abs. So I'm standing here. Maybe I should face you. I'm standing on my band, and I'm taking that squat that we practiced, and I'm holding the band in my hand. I'm going to take a breath in and allow my arm to be reaching, and I'm starting with my left side. And then like I'm doing a low row, I'm going to squeeze the elbow back. Inhale to reach it forward, and then squeeze and reach it back. I love working with bands because you can adjust the tension. So if you want more tension, you're going to scoot your hand down your band. If you want less tension, you're going to scoop your hand up your band. That was like a fun little Dr. Seuss rhyming moment. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. We're going for 4. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. Ribs are still in. We're going to do one more here. Just hold it back. Hold and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently stand up, but don't release that band. Just give yourself a second to take a little break. We're going to add a twist to this. Same side. So walk yourself back down, bend into your knees. You're still holding on with your left hand. Knees are both pointing forward. Hips are still both pointing forward. As you inhale, can you allow your chest to twist towards the right, but don't let your knees or your hips change. And then as you exhale, pull the arms, swivel through center, and then your chest comes up to look to the left. But again, my knees and hips haven't changed. Inhale to release that arm down. You turn and you look to the right. As you breathe out, think about drawing that right oblique across and around as you look up to the left. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Inhale down and reach. Exhale, squeeze and twist. We're going for 4. Now, if you're getting any low back stuff happening here, you can bring the shape up a little bit higher. Work it from up here. We're going for 2. One more time. Pull it back. Can you hold the twist for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Nice job. Give it a little shake. One more thing with this side. You're going to take that same band, same arm, and you're going to loop it because we're going to be pushing up, okay? My band sort of disappears, I know, because it's yellow. But my thumb is tucked right underneath it, and I'm starting with it kind of like it's definitely shoulder height. Kind of definitely. It's at shoulder height, yeah? Take your breath in, take your breath out, and just feel really nice and rooted. That left arm is going to punch up heel of your hand to the ceiling. Inhale to pull it down, and then really push from right underneath you. Inhale down. Exhale to push. Let's go for 8. Let's go for 7. For 6. Push it up. For 5. Such good work through the shoulder. 4. Push and reach. For 3. Push and reach. For 2. Last one. Push, bring it down, take a break. Nice job. Good stuff. Let's go to that other side. So flipping over to my right side this time. Start with those low rows with no twisting. My feet are standing on my band so they don't go anywhere. And if you have a looped band, you could always just loop your foot over. You could use weights or total mind body. Bend through the knees. Knees are pointing forward. Belly is stable. Starting square through hips and knees. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, low roll, pull that arm back. Inhale down. And then exhale it up. Inhale down to reach, belly stable, exhale to squeeze. So we're allowing that shoulder blade to come down and then drawing the shoulder blade on the back as we pull the arm back. So we're not trying to glue anything that we're working right now, right? We want it to move so we can work it in all ranges of motion here. Forward and back. For 4. For 3. You got it. For 2. One more time. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Take a little break. Breathing in through the nose. Out through the mouth. All right. We're going to add our twist this time. So again, bending through your knees. Knees are pointing forward. Belly is stable. As we let that right arm come down, our chest is going to twist to the left without changing through our knees. Take your breath in there, and as you breathe out, using that elbow, pull yourself back, bring the shoulder blade back, and then twist your chest towards the right. Inhale to let that arm go as your torso twists. Exhale, we're wrapping that whole left side around to the right. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Now, if your low back is not loving this, know that our working muscles in our low back right now, so if it's not unbearable, then it's not a bad thing. But if you need to take this shape up a little bit higher, you can. You can also reduce your tension, right? We're going for 3. We're going for 2. Keep drawing it back. One more time. Twist and then hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Woo. Nice job. Taking that same hand now, scooping your thumb underneath, bringing that arm up to shoulder height. So the band is behind my elbow here, reaching out through the heel of my hand. And as I exhale, I'm pushing it up. Inhale to pull down, exhale to push. And I'm trying to really work from underneath my armpit, not up in the top of my shoulder. Different musculature. We don't often get to be in this pushy sort of a place. So it's really, really good for us. Push. Let's go for 4. Pulling as well. Anytime you have the chance to play with pulling. So good. For 3. For 2. Reach it up. One more time. Push and reach. Bring it down. Gently release your band. Give yourself a little whoo. Okay. Let's bring ourselves back up. I'm going to grab a hold of my band. I'm fire. Feels good. Okay. I would like for us now to, let's ditch our bands. And what we're going to do is going to happen facing the wall. So I'm going to turn my back to you. Or no, let's do it this way. I'm going to face you first and you'll be at the wall and then I'll do it with you at your wall. Yeah. So you're going to set yourself up so your hands are nice and wide. You could also do this on the floor if you wanted to. Hands are nice and wide. Walk your feet back so that they're together and you're going to come up onto a high half toe, which is what we were practicing. Now I want you to make sure that your elbows, when you lower down into a push-up position, elbows are stacked right over your wrists. Can we make sure we really find that place? So that's the shape we're going for. I'm just going to turn around and we're going to find it here. You're going to take 3 counts, 3, 2, 1. You're going to push, but push so much that you find a little balance over your feet. Catch yourself lower. 3, 2, 1. Push, catch yourself, little balance. Woo. Down 3, 2, 1. Push, little balance. Oh gosh. See, it's hard for me too. Down, push, hold. Down, catch yourself. Push, hold. Down and catch yourself. Push, hold. Let's go for 4. Now, if you have a chair, you might not be able to do this part. 3, in which case, find the floor. For 2. Last 1. Bring it down, give yourself a little shake. It's just nice to kind of warm up that way because we just did such extensive work in our shoulders. I didn't want to like whoosh into them right away. Okay, we're all going to come down onto our mats. We're going to do that again, but we're going to do it from now down here. That being said, if you have wrist shoulder stuff and you'd like to stay up, you can stay up. Walk your hands so they're really, really nice and wide. Bring yourself forward. I still want that same arrangement of elbows over wrists, and then we push. Let's lower 3, 2, 1. Strong push down for 3, 2, 1. Strong push down for 3, 2, 1. Push. Let's go 4. Strong push for 3. Glutes are on. Abs are on here. I'm reaching the crown of my head forward. Last 1, 2, 1. Push it up. Take it back. Take a little break. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. Okay, I'm going to bring my mat now so that it's in half so that I have access to the slidey part of my floor. If you have a slidey floor and you don't need to worry about rearranging your space, then you're just good to go. If you're on a carpet, I will come back to you. So if you have your blankets or towels or whatever you're using available, you're going to grab them. We're going to pop those down on the floor. And I'm going to use my mat for my hands. So I'm going to show one option, and then we're going to keep doing different options, and hopefully there's one in there for you. So I'm going to start hands and knees, and my toes are tucked onto my towel. I'm pushing the floor away without hyperextending my elbows, and let's just go for a little mobility here. So we're going to inhale to lengthen from tail to head. Exhale to scoop and round. And then lengthen ourselves out. Toes are tucked on my towel. I'm taking my inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to lift just to hover a little bit. Inhale to lower, tap. Exhale, push the floor away, lift it up. Inhale, lower down, tap. Exhale to push and lift. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. One more time. You're going to lift, you're going to hold. Now hold it there. You could also totally be on forearms here. You could also have your toes tucked if you wanted to, or untucked, I should say. So you're on the balls, you're on the pads of your feet, or the toes of your feet, I should say. I'm sweating, I'm shaking. Now, if you're a slidey person, you're going to inhale to slide out to your plank, and you're going to exhale, squeeze your bum, low abs, pull yourself in. Inhale to slide back. Exhale to squeeze and pull in. If you're a non-slidey person, you're going to walk your feet out and then walk your feet back in again. Walk your feet out. Walk your feet back in again. We're going for 3. Whichever version, 2. Exhale to squeeze those legs in. One more time. Wherever you are, bring those legs in. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, take a break. Nice job. Breathing in through your nose. Breathe it out through your mouth. Okay, that was round 1. Maybe that feels fabulous, and that's where you want to keep living. If you'd like to add on, we're going to take our towels back down, or no towels if you're in the no towel camp. Toes are tucked. Again, you could be on forearms here, or you could be on hands and knees. You're going to take your breath in, and as you breathe out, let's all find our knee hover again. When you're ready, inhale to slide out. Now, this guy, I recommend squeezing your legs together. You're going to twist your hips over to the left and squeeze your knees into the right. Inhale to reach back, stay in the twist. Exhale, squeeze it in. If you're a non-towel person, you're going to take your left knee and squeeze it across your right elbow. Inhale to lengthen it back. Exhale to squeeze. Keep going, just doing different options. You could be on forearms. You could also be on forearms and knees. And if you're forearms and knees, you're going to take same knee to elbow and reach it back. We're going for 2. Last one. Can you go straight away to your other side? So towel people are twisting. Keep your twist as you push back. Squeeze it in. Walkie people, you're taking your right knee to left elbow. You got it. Knees and elbows people, you're taking left knee to left elbow. Or right to right, wherever you are. Can you do 2 more of whatever version you're working on? Last one, let's all find our plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, take a shell stretch. Take your breath in through your nose. Breathe it out through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling it up. Can you take your hands, walk them over to the right for a little side bend here. And then walk them over to the left. Hands come to center. Gently walk yourself all the way up. You can grab your band or grab your towel. I'm going to take my towel and roll it up so it's in a bit of a sausage. I'm going to hold on to either end. Then I'm just going to take those arms forward. I'm going to reach them up and back. And I can't go all the way, so I'm just going to enjoy that little bit of an opening here. Maybe a little circle all the way around. A little circle. Gently let that band go. Can you inhale your left arm up? Let's take a little side bend over to the right. Inhale. Bring it all the way up, side bend. Inhale the right arm up. Take that side bend over to the left. Nice job all the way up. If you'd like to take a glute stretch here, you can just flip over onto your bum. Let's take your left leg up, cross the left ankle over the right knee. So you could access that from here. You could be on your back, pulling your leg in towards your chest. I always recommend having something behind your head here if you're going to do that guy. You could also come up to standing and do the same stretch standing. If you're on your pelvis or on your back, give yourself a little rock side to side. Just a little stretch through that glute. Calm breaths now. And then gently release that leg. Let's go to the other side, right ankle up and over the left knee. Little rock side to side. Or on your back, or if you're standing, just really embracing that flexed right foot to protect the right knee. And then unravel that. Lengthen those legs out nice and long. Nod your chin, start to roll yourself forward. Don't be too precious about this. Don't worry about a straight spine. I'd actually prefer you curl in on yourself, taking a nice big breath in through the nose and exhaling it out. Use your hands, walk yourself all the way back up. Inhale, nice big stretch up overhead. As you exhale, give yourself a squeeze. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for being here for you today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day or your evening, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you next time. Bye.